You ready for this super serious episode?
No.
Oh, me neither. Today on Brickmania TV, Cody talks about the Messerschmitt. Thank you for watching. Oh wait, I was supposed to say that at the end. Anyways.
Sweet intro, Austin.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Cool. Good intro, I'm assuming. Cody,
I was totally
this is the Messerschmitt Me-262 is what you told me to say.
Schwallow.
Schwalb. Let's,
The Me-262A1A.
They're doing like construction in the background. Cut that out. Anyways.
Don't draw attention to it.
All right.
So, this
They flew this thing around, right?
Yep, the secret German jet fighter.
Yes.
Not
Not so secret anymore.
built-in secret until it was, obviously shooting other planes down. So they started working on this project before World War II, actually. And the first prototype was a piston engine, just to test the airframe. They had a propeller in the nose.
Nice.
And some dummy engines on it to test out the airframe. And then, actually when they originally wanted to design these, they started building the airframes before they actually had the engines. So they were going to mount the engines up more in the wings than underneath. But since they got the engines late, they ended up putting them in pods underneath the wings. So that's kind of why they did the style. And then it's easy to access them and change them out, because in case you need to make modifications.
Kind of an accident, actually. Like if they would have gone with it initially what they were planning, it would have been different had they done things differently.
That's right. That's very
That's
true.
what I'm trying to say.
That's how a lot of things go.
Okay, so then, as the war progressed, they were still developing this.
Yep. So the 262, obviously, being a jet fighter, is much faster than a piston engine plane. So they had a bit of a learning curve, since it's basically the first jet fighter to be introduced in warfare. The pilots had a lot of learning to do on how to do dogfights with, fighting against much slower airplanes, much more agile airplanes. They started using these. So this is an interceptor.
Right.
The 1A is an interceptor. Hitler kind of slowed down production of them. They might have been introduced a little bit earlier, but he insisted on them being a fighter bomber. But anyways, they did come into production. Not a lot of them were made. And they mostly just ended up being interceptors to take down bombers. So they did have a very high kill-death ratio, usually about 4-to-1.
Oh, in their favor.
Yep, in their favor. So they would, take out 12 bombers and lose 3. So
how did that compare to if you know the other fighters?
Well, had it been introduced earlier in the war, those numbers would have been staggering. Had they had, a fleet of these rather than 500 produced over, the course of the short period of time. So it could have had a huge advantage in the war had it been introduced earlier. As for the model itself, I added a bunch of features.
A bunch. It is full of features.
It's full of features. I added flaps.
Ooh.
Both sides of the wing. And then,
oh no! You broke it!
And then in the tail.
Cut that out. We can't know that this thing comes apart in pieces.
And a rudder.
Ooh, nice.
Which actually makes the whole tail section a little bit more strong.
Yeah.
A little bit more stronger.
That's English.
It is English. So we included a stand.
Yep.
It's basically the same stand as the Super Saver stand.
That's permanently mounted on there, right?
No.
No, it's not?
I know what you're getting at.
No, I'm just... The stand comes off and...
The stand comes off. The bottom is white. Landing gear. It's a little funky.
It's funky.
It's built on ball joints, and you have to open it all the way, then rock it back. Pop that out. Turn it to the side.
Nice.
In order to get it to balance correctly.
Yes. It's cool. I mean, it's got the right profile and everything.
Yeah.
And you managed to fit a functioning landing gear in there. So I was impressed with that. So.
Had this been real life, they had 4 30mm cannons in the nose, represented here on that printing.
Yeah, little printed tile there. Printed tiles in the back.
Yep. Printed
some
tiles on the back.
stickers.
printed iron crosses, stickers on the wings, triangle thingies. I'm probably saying danger. Watch out for this thing.
Don't stick your in German
under the wings also.
Nice.
So.
And we got a custom, what is it? Fighter jet. What is the official term of this? Fighter bomber? Like it is a fighter designated as a fighter bomber?
Probably. I mean, well, this one specifically would be an interceptor.
Okay.
Later versions. Yep.
Right.
Later versions would be the fighter bomber.
So the Messerschmitt pilot.
This is Landon's masterpiece. This thing is amazing.
Masterpiece, huh?
I'll let you show that off.
Cool.
I'll give you the camera.
I broke it. All right. I have a stupid Band-Aid on my finger, and it looks all stupid.
That's okay.
Okay. Cody, you be my hand model.
Okay.
Okay. So check this out. We got a puffy ink with the texture printing on the watch on the side. That's my favorite feature, probably. That is a, I don't know how to pronounce it, B-er watch. Like it's a specific brand name.
Okay.
The real watches were like 55 millimeters across. So that thing was like jumbo. It took up their entire arm, and they'd wear it on the outside of their jacket. So that's what I got represented there. A few other things. We have the electrically heated boots that he's wearing there. Just cool gear. Pretty advanced for its time, I think.
The
Luftwaffe. It doesn't say Luftwaffe. Can they even? Yeah, it does say Luftwaffe. It does say Luftwaffe. Can they even read that in the camera? So yeah, that is an armband, the Luftwaffe armband, and then they would occasionally wear it on their just big pockets on their pants, and that was to kind of identify them. Like they had to have some sort of identifying feature on their uniform.
Sure.
And apparently that sometimes people had difficulty identifying them if the plane got shot down. So they just included that so people know exactly what country they're coming from. Right. What else we got on there? We got a pistol belt with a holster. What else? Yeah, just, it's a cool figure. Turned out good. I'm really happy with it.
It's my favorite so far.
Thank you.
My favorite of yours.
Cool.
Things to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other features we got here that you'd like to show off?
I mean, the balance issue was hard. I know people have tried it before.
Yeah.
Because originally they started off, they had a tail wheel. But once they introduced the engines, they needed to change the balance of it. They had to sweep the wings back farther to change the balancing.
Wow.
And then they had to put
so initially
more of a tricycle style.
This plane was designed differently. The balance was completely different. They had to shift the weight. That's crazy.
Yeah, they had to shift the weight.
So it's sort of an afterthought wheel.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
It worked, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool.
And yeah, so when these would attack bombers, it's actually kind of a cool style. They had to develop a new thing because when you're coming at a bomber that's a lot slower than you are, you have about 2 seconds
then you fly right past
to shoot at it,
yeah.
and you have to turn away before you crash into your target.
Sure.
So they developed a different technique of they would start high and behind a bomber, and then they would start going down at the bomber, angle down, go right through all the interceptors, which I guess would be Mustangs or Spitfires, that would protect the bombers, but they weren't too concerned about it because Mustang would never catch this anyways. So they would dive right down through the cloud of interceptors, and then you'd only have about 2 seconds of firing. They didn't even have time to sight in.
That's so crazy.
And these guns were inaccurate anyways, so they just kind of have to do a short burst and then, or maybe I think they came back up.
Yeah.
Under the bomber and shot up from underneath. Because when they would, that's what they did. So they would come down, swoop up underneath, because that would slow them down enough.
Oh wow!
In that arc, that they would have more time to shoot at the bomber than the 2 seconds versus.
Meanwhile, everyone is trying to shoot it back at them. Like,
right.
But it's such a fast target that.
Yeah, your guns couldn't traverse fast enough in the bomber to hit one of these.
That's crazy.
And eventually, they developed rockets under the wings. That's just kind of like a scatter fire. So they would approach the bombers from the side because you have a much longer profile of the bomber. They'd approach it from the side, and then it'd only take 1 or 2 of those rockets to take down a B-17, which is not easy to do. B-17s are notoriously rugged.
That's a crazy airplane.
But that was introduced too late in the war for them to have much of an effect. So, yeah.
Well, that's cool. This model turned out awesome. It's got your kind of signature build style that I think is really cool.
Thanks.
This thing's going to go pretty fast, so get yours now.
Pretty fast.
Pretty fast.
Because it's a jet.
Oh gosh, that was just the worst.
Thanks.
Get yours because it's gonna go super fast because it's a jet. Mm-hmm. That's the episode.
Yep.
Thank you very much for watching.
This is Wunderwaffe month.
Wunderwaffe month. Hashtag
Wunderwaffe brick.
Hashtag Wunderwaffe brick.
Get free stuff.
Get free stuff.
Hopefully people can spell that.
Wunderwaffle. Wonderwaffle.
Like how it sounds.
Spells just like how it sounds. Wonderwaffle. What? Is there a V in the front? Probably.
We done?
No.
No?
No, we have to stand here for another 2 minutes.
Okay. Longest episode ever.
Hey, Jeff. I don't know what to do anymore. The teleprompter didn't have any more words. So we're just the improv. What should we do? It's the end of the episode. We're supposed to do something funny.
Improvise a blooper. wait,
Teleprompter. No, I'm not going to say that.
I totally forgot. So
Wait, what'd you forget?
they had an escape pod in the nose.
No! Das ist ouch!
And oh yeah, Star Wars plane.
Yeah, way to go. Good job, George Lucas. Can we say George Lucas? Is that allowed? Is this not just an X-Wing? Like, take this tail section. Yeah, it's just...
Yeah. Basically.
Exactly. Oh, overbuilt.
Why don't we break everything, guys?
X-Wing.
Who's this guy?
I don't exist.
Just do a dubstep remix and then it's totally going to be a cool episode.